Hey everybody, buddy. Well, I wanted to make a video because I haven't made one in a while. That's one of the reasons why. And there's a issue at hand that I think has to do with popular politics in this day and age, and it has to do with a question of why do assholes rule the world? You know, it's a fact. It always has been. I guess first of all, let's look at this. Every job that I've had where there was a guy put in charge of another group of people, even if they didn't own the business, if they did, when they did own the business, it was usually better. But if they didn't own the business and they were just like appointed as the bosses, they always turn out to be assholes. It's like this is something about human psychology. I just don't understand. They want to put people ahead of other people and then pressure them to be rotten and crummy to those other people. And that's the way that human psychology works. And I guess this may sound like sour grapes to a lot of people, but I've only been a boss for one time, very short period of time. I didn't like being the boss because A, I have to be an asshole to other people, and B, it's like they're just using me to handle the dirty work. I guess you get paid for it. That's the concept. But I mean, it goes back to the days of the slaves. They had overseers. They actually get these guys who probably weren't even all that wealthy. They weren't the owners of the slaves, but they were called the overseers, and they'd beat them with whips and tie them up and abuse all the slaves. And how do you, or they do it in the military. They've done experiments on this. I'm sure you've read it, where they make one guy the leader of the other guys, and it's amazing at what length the person who is going to be the boss will go to be able to make the other people happy. So, wait a minute now. Yeah, that's just really a shadow. Okay, so we know we're not questioning the fact that it is that way. The thing I'm questioning and that I don't understand is why do we let it be that way? When we elect a leader, let's say, and the leader turns out to be rotten, there's always a certain number of people who will defend the leader. They will, whether it's Adolf Hitler or Vladimir Putin or Mao Zedong. There's King Louis the 16th or King Louis the 14th or Henry the 8th or Donald Trump or any of these guys. They can be as rotten and horrible as any person has ever been in the world, and there'll be like even a majority of people or a large number of people who will defend them to the death. And I can't understand why. It's just the fact of the matter is assholes. People. I think people just have this concept that's been beaten into them. Maybe it's genetic, I don't know, but I think it's conditioned into them, or maybe it's just a certain type of person. But it's sort of like they believe in the divine right of kings. You're a king, and I love you, and you can beat me all you want, master, and you can do whatever you want and get away with it. Well, I don't know. Anyway, that's I don't know why that is. Why do assholes rule the world? Doesn't